our last week before our spring break, with only 2 shows left. We have
Princess Odigie, Lucie, Dauverchain, and Fortune Ezeogu delivering us this spicy edition of the BDP.
Don't forget to smile, BHS. This is the Bulldog Bulletin.
Good morning, Bowie High. It's Monday, March 18th, 2024. I'm Princess.
And I'm Lucie.
And welcome to the Bulldog Bulletin.
T-5 school day to spring break, guys. Today's top story is an unabashedly biased congratulations to our show's MVP, the amazingly talented dynamo we all know as Emma Craig. Sure, she's an integral part of the Bulldog Bulletin broadcast in the control room and has trained so many people to run things here. But it's sometimes hard for the big guy to remember she's also a super talented softball and baseball player as well. And her journey to the next level after high school took its next exciting turn this past Friday afternoon in the library when she, along with her family, friends, coaches, and teammates, celebrated a signing commitment to Livingstone College, an HBCU located in Salisbury, North Carolina. Let's see more about this grateful young lady from a wonderful family and get some comments from her dad and the new Blue Bear herself about the choice.
We're really excited for Emma for this decision. Hard work pays off. She checked out a lot of places that she didn't like, places that liked her, but she didn't feel that it was a fit. We went to Livingstone and she felt that was a fit. They wanted her to come play and that's where she's gonna go. So we're excited to see what she is gonna do this year, not only in her sport, but she's gonna be studying sports management and just excited about where that's gonna take her.
Okay, I chose Livingstone College because first of all, I committed for sports, so I committed for softball. I chose them because I was guaranteed to have a very good season this year, or this upcoming spring. And then also for academics, I'm going to be majoring in sports management, and I chose because of the job offers that I've been offered. I'm going to be working at a radio station, and I'm working the Super Bowl next year, so I have a lot of props going for me.
We are all going to miss you, Emma. Best of luck, and hey, come back and visit sometime. Arcusa also wants to thank Miss St. Luke for helping to gather footage. It looks like Friday was a really busy day because Mr. A also made his way down to the small gym for the first blood drive from the Red Cross, our student chapter of the organization, and Mrs. Tung and her dedicated students earlier in the day.
Hi, good morning. Are you here for the blood drive? Then is it okay if you scan this QR code and screenshot your info when you're done? Thanks.
Nice greeting. The event got a lot of last-minute donors, thankfully, and the group actually met their requirement. Faculty and students alike lined up and rolled up their sleeves for the initiative, and many pints were collected. Let's hear from a couple of the important people that made the event have that drip.
So today's effort, this blood drive, has been something me and Gabina have been dreaming of and planning for since the summer actually. We just really noticed that there was a huge shortage of blood and a lot of people who need the life-saving goodness that blood can give them when they're in car crashes, accidents, things like that, especially for African Americans who might have a specific blood type disease. We noticed that there was such a shortage and we really wanted to bring back blood to the community and help support our community.
And I'm donating blood because I have a number of family members that suffer from sickle cell, and I have been there when they needed the blood transfusions, and it's really important that they are able to get those blood infusions when they need them. And a couple of staff members have come out and donated their blood, and I think it's important for all staff members to come out and donate because the people that are having like blood crises and blood diseases, they need our help.
How you feeling right now?
It feels okay.
Yeah. You've done it before?
But it feels like my little brother is fighting me.
Yeah.
I think giving blood is important because it does save lives.
I decided to give blood because my brother had injuries that forced him to need blood, so I want to give back to the blood that was given to him.
So the blood drive is actually the mastermind of the club members, the leadership, Lydia, Murray, Gabina Durr, and their supporting staff. Ms. Hallett and I simply just run the logistics. For instance, we register the children and we make sure that everybody's on the schedule and their permission slips are properly filled out. And we are doing this event because there is currently a crisis, a severe shortage of blood. Therefore, this event is helping to prevent that shortage, and these kids are doing an amazing job in organizing and helping out and monitoring all the donors.
Thanks for thinking of the community donors, and great job leading Gabina. Our next announcements once again come from the city of Bowie, who has the Adult Life Skills Group meeting for people between age 16 and 24. They have a great opportunity to help you develop interpersonal skills, how to find jobs, dealing with stress, time and money management, goal setting, and more. If you think you'd like to come join them, they also bring lunch. So there's that. Register by scanning this little QR code or contact or Simon at cityofbowie.org to get a pass for third period so you can attend Tuesday, starting April 9th until May 14th in room 141. Each session goes from 11:15 to noon, and you'll need parent permission as this is not a Prince George's County Public School sanctioned event.
We also want to remind you once more about the $2,000 scholarship available in the name of the late Mrs. Mary Nusser. Applications are being accepted until April 2nd, so get that thing filled out. It's open to any senior who will be attending college or going to a trade school, so visit the website at nusserscholarship.com for all the particulars.
And the huge news going on for this week is the return of the Trying Music Honor Society Spring Coffee House coming this Friday at 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. We're so glad it finally fell on the day before a break. It is a show full of music, poetry, and other entertainers. And what better way is there to spend $5 on your time on a Friday night? Ticket sales are happening at all lunches for $5 in the cafeteria hallway, and they will go quick. So make sure you bring some extra cash to school. They can't wait. And to all performers, soundcheck is scheduled for this Wednesday, March 20th.
It's time for our Monday forecast with Fortune Ezeogu, who's setting things up in the Weather Center next with our 2-day update. How was your weekend?
Oh, let me tell y'all, it was great. 2 whole days of not having to hear the words hall sweep. Do you think you guys could actually just get out of the halls maybe? But hey, to everyone sitting in class right now and paying attention to us, good morning, nation. The gorgeous weather continued throughout the weekend, except for a little rain on Friday night. Then it turned beautiful. But temps dipped last night into the 30s, and today's 7:50 a.m. Doppler radar is all clear again with a starting temperature of 40 degrees. Chilly start. The day after St. Patrick's Day is fixing to be a little colder than the past several, but still not bad at all. Look for an afternoon high of 51 today with lots of clouds and 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds. The nighttime low should bottom out at the freezer mark for the first time in a while at 32. Your Tuesday in the viewing area is bringing almost a Xerox copy or a ditto of today with another 51 for a high and a low of 36. March 18 is a pretty significant day in music history when it comes to birthdays as we celebrate these icons. One of the first Black country music artists, Charlie Proud, was born in 1938. One of soul music all-time greats, Wilson Pickett, was born in 1941, and that's Jimi Hendrix in the background. Rapper, actress, talk show host, Queen Latifah was born on this day in 1970. And Maroon 5 frontman and former voice judge Adam Levine came into the world in 1979. Today's also the day we lost iconic Black rock and roller Chucky Johnny B. Good Berry at age 90. And that's all from me from the Weather Center. I'm Fortune. We get a nice 10-day break after 5 more days at the mill, y'all. So, see you guys next time.
Thanks, Forchi. We have a new announcement from Mr. Moore and Hargate for the Peer Forward team. who are looking to help you make it rain financially for college. They have a FAFSA workshop coming up this Wednesday, March 20th, during third period. All you need is your Chromebook, and you have to take the survey, connected this QR code ahead of time to participate. Get the ball rolling because you're running out of time. There's also a prayer meeting happening for any faculty, staff, or student in the building happening Thursday as well, before school at 7:30 a.m. in the small gym.
Here's another reminder to all junior class members to grab and or turn in your permission slip to attend the annual district-wide college fair field trip coming up after we return from spring break, a few days later on April 9th. Want to go? It's first come, first served, so act fast. Seats are limited.
But let's say you're just not the college type. Nothing wrong with that. But you can't just sit in your mama's basement all day long. So this next opportunity is for anyone looking to join our armed forces. Guidance counselor Ms. Lopez urged military hopeful to sign up for the April 4th Spring ASVAB test, or Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. You'll need it to find out what jobs you'll qualify for in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Either way, get over to her in Guidance on the double to start figuring out your path to serving our great country.
Today's Women's History Month honoree of the day is coincidentally on the same day we talked about the blood drive, Clara Barton, founder of the Red Cross. Here's a look at her achievements from biography.com.
Teacher, humanitarian, and the founder of the American Red Cross, Clara Barton is one of the most honored women in American history. She was born on Christmas Day, 1821, in Oxford, Massachusetts.
At a very young age, she had to nurse her older brother who was quite sick, and very likely that led to her embracing the nursing skills and learning the skills that she used later on in the Civil War.
Clara Barton started off as a teacher and opened the nation's first free public school in 1854, before moving to Washington, D.C. to work for the U.S. Patent Office a year later.
Barton was, if not the first, one of the first women to work for the U.S. government in any capacity.
During the Civil War, Barton started aiding the wounded Union soldiers flooding into the Capitol. Soon she changed her focus to the front lines.
She saw that there was a need at the front for supplies, and she spent her own funds to bring them.
Barton earned the nickname Angel of the Battlefield when she showed up after midnight at the Battle of Cedar Mountain with a wagon load of supplies for the surgeons, and they had long since run out of things earlier in the day. She did that time and time again at small battles and very big battles, including the very bloody Battle of Antietam.
There's a story that at Antietam, she was so close to the battlefield that a bullet actually pierced through the sleeve of her dress.
After the Civil War, Barton traveled to Europe on her doctor's orders to rest. This didn't last long. While there, she met members of the International Red Cross and joined their volunteers on the battlefield of the Franco-Prussian War.
Barton returned to the United States shortly thereafter, and she brought this idea home with her. She felt that America needed a similar organization, and so she began the organization in 1881.
After founding the American Red Cross and becoming its head, Barton successfully lobbied to have the United States sign the Geneva Convention, the governing document behind all Red Cross societies. This basically made the American Red Cross legit.
In 1884, Barton saw to it that the American Amendment was added to the Geneva Convention. That amendment widened the work of Red Cross societies around the world to include not only the battlefield disaster work, but disaster relief in general.
Devoting her life to her work helping others, Clara Barton never married. At age 83, Barton retired from running the American Red Cross.
Clara Barton continued to pursue her humanitarian interests. She worked for women's suffrage, she worked with religious minorities, and she worked in prison reform.
Clara Barton built the American Red Cross from the ground up. She made that organization into what it is today. About 30,000 paid employees, over 500,000 volunteers, 500 chapters touching each and every community in this country. So that when we do something like respond to a large disaster, we embody that great humanitarian spirit that she had. That's her legacy.
Very timely. And this just in, they actually surpassed the donation goal for the blood drive. Great job to everyone involved. And before we go, join the International Club this Thursday at 2:30 in Mr. Hugh Murray's room 222. They got snacks. The SAT word of the day is the noun proviso, defined as a condition that is part of an agreement. In exchange for accepting late work, the teacher's proviso was for the student to get a parent's signature.
And we're done. That's it for today's edition of the Burgundy and Blue Report. Please subscribe and bookmark our channel at www.youtube.com/BHSTVMD Bulldog Bulletin for a replay of this and all of our shows. I'm Princess.
And I'm Lucie. Go to school for 5 off for 10. I like that deal. We'll see you again on Wednesday, and always remember that
the Bulldog Pack has always got your back.